Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much again for coming out tonight. I'm going to introduce Sheriff Greg Capers with the San Jacinto Sheriff's Office.
Sheriff, can you talk really loud?
Good evening. I'm Sheriff Greg Capers, San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office, with great news. The suspect is in custody. I have just left Montgomery County Jail where he was taken, and he has been magistrated. He now will be taken to my jail and where his new residence will be. I would like to thank the men behind me and the women behind me. They're not women here right now, but everybody played a very, very integral part in the arrest and capture of this coward. Everybody behind me has worked tirelessly. I know that there are several people out of these 225 plus officers at this scene, not to include the millions of people, thanks to the media. Y'all push the message out. But we've had calls from Wyoming, Florida, South Texas, North Texas, Oklahoma, Maryland, and those are just a few of the places. We were here, they were there. Bottom line is, we now have this man in custody. He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry. They effectively made the arrest. He is uninjured, and he is currently being taken to my facility in Cold Springs. Thank you.
Can you tell us how you guys were able to find him? What clues led you to him tonight?
Well, it was a multi-jurisdictional operation, to say the least. Somebody got a tip, DPS CID, U.S. Marshals, FBI. We had a TAC team. They all meandered over there and found that tip to be true.
And was this home a relative's home? Did he know where he was?
That's unknown to me. Maybe one of these guys behind me can speak to the actual information on how he was actually captured.
Sheriff, what's your message to the family members, the surviving family members of those people who were killed in this attack?
Well, they can rest easy now, because he is behind bars, and he will live out his life behind bars for killing those 5.
Sure,
Guys, we have time for questions afterwards. Sheriff, ASAC.
The ASAC?
Yes, please.
This is the ASAC.
Hey, good evening. Thank you, Sheriff Capers. My name is Jimmy Paul. I'm an Assistant Special Agent in charge with the FBI Houston Division. Thanks for having me. So, just wanted to say, first and foremost, the victims and their families are in the forefront of our minds, and we're extremely delighted that the suspect was captured. The tip for the suspect's location came in through the FBI's tip line, and we just want to thank the person who had the courage and bravery to call in the suspect's location.
Special Agent Paul, Ted Williams, Fox News. Do you know if this individual will be facing federal charges?
Currently, it's an ongoing investigation, and he's being charged by the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office.
What is the connection to the person who's harboring Oropesa?
Sir, it's an ongoing investigation. I can't comment on that at this point.
Did he give any indication why he did this? What was his demeanor when he was apprehended? Was he agitated? Was he tired?
Hey guys, we're gonna let him get through his statement in the U.S. Marshals, and afterwards we will take questions. ASAC, Paul.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to thank the person who had the courage to call in the tip, and also I'd like to thank the many FBI personnel and local law enforcement agencies who work nonstop to bring this person to justice, to bring a sense of justice to the victims, and also a sense of security to the community of the San Jacinto County community. I mean, this is basically what we do. You know, we show up, we bring the adequate resources, and then we don't let up. We always said it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when the suspects can be caught, and we're extremely glad that today was the when. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to the U.S. Marshal Service representative.
Good evening. My name is Joe Ruiz de Chavez. I'm a supervisory deputy U.S. Marshal. I oversee the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders and Fugitive Task Force here in Houston, Texas. First, I want to say that this was an atrocious crime that devastated this community and this country. We received a call for request from Sheriff Capers, and we brought expertise in fugitive investigations and personnel to assist in this investigation. The Marshal Service is the oldest federal law enforcement agency, and we have an expertise in hunting fugitives. This is a very sad time for the victims, and I hope that this will bring them some comfort and they could grieve. Thank you.
We'll open up for questions now.
Do we
Sir,
know how
can you
he
tell us
survived
if
the past
Oropesa
4
had any
days?
help from anybody? Can you tell us if Oropesa had help from family members or any other friends in the area to help him hide for the last 4 days?
I can say that we've contacted many families, associates, not only here in the Houston area, but across the country.
Does that mean he's had help over the last 4 days from
I
family
can't
members?
comment on that.
And did he ever reach out to any family members after the shooting incident on Friday night?
I can't comment on that.
Do we know how he
Who do they have
survived the past
detained
4
at the
days?
scene? The female detained at the scene, who was that?
Again, this is an ongoing investigation, and we can't disclose that.
Sheriff Capers, you had mentioned previously that there were multiple occasions, you weren't exactly sure how many, of police being called to that property for a firearm being discharged. Then we learned that Oropesa was removed from the country 4 times, and then in 2022, a protective order that was filed by his wife for domestic abuse. At any point, did that prompt further investigation from your office?
Yes, sir. We actually filed charges on him in 2022, and to the best of my knowledge, we got a warrant for him, and the constable went to serve him in another county because he left here, and never could make contact with the subject, and then a few days later, the victim went to the district attorney's office in our county and filed a non-prosecution statement.
Sorry to belabor this point, but the address where this arrest took place have court documents that show it traces back to an aunt of Oropesa, I believe. Is that still the case, that this would be a home of a family member? Can anybody confirm that?
I can't. I mean, it's still ongoing. The investigation part, I wasn't part of the arrest team.
Do we
Sure,
have any
Capers.
idea how he got from the place where the shooting happened to Cutton? Did he use a vehicle? Did he walk? Do you guys have any idea what the time was?
Once again, not that I know of. I have no
You
knowledge.
mentioned multiple agencies. Was DHS also involved? Was BORTAC the agency who actually went in and made the apprehension?
They were part of that team, I do believe. Yes, ma'am.
And now with the wife, the surviving wife, that's still living at that home, she is currently an ICE fugitive. Is anything happening with her? Is she being investigated? Are there follow-ups happening with her? I've understood from deputies that she has been cooperating.
And to my knowledge, she is still there because the officers are still there. I have no direct knowledge because this all happened within the last couple of hours.
Sure,
But
Capers.
she is still there.
Sheriff,
Sure,
do you guys
Capers,
believe,
we know
Sheriff, if
that-
you don't mind, do you guys
all right.
believe that large reward that was put out, is that what, made that person call in this tip, and will that money be going to the person who called in that tip?
The money will be going to the person that called in the tip through the proper channels. Yes, ma'am. I'm thinking it's still 80,000.
Sure, Capers, we know that he's been in this country since 2016 illegally, meaning Oropesa. The question is, and he had an AR-15 rifle that he was shooting the night of this incident. Have you been able to connect the dots as to how an illegal alien was able to purchase or to get that AR-15 weapon?
Well, I could just speak to conjecture. Buy it from somebody else on the street.
Are you conducting an investigation to try to connect those dots?
Yes, sir, we are. That is an ongoing investigation as well.
When did you learn about that the suspect was at this address, and when did you actually go in? What was the time, the specific time?
For tonight's arrest,
Well, yeah, when did you first learn that he was there, and then when did you actually go in?
we would probably need to defer that to the FBI or the U.S. Marshals.
We received the tip at 5:15 p.m.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. We received the tip at 5:15 p.m. and the arrest was made at 6:30 p.m.
Can any of the participating agencies discuss how surprised were you that you ended up finding Oropesa 15 miles away or less from where this crime was committed?
I can't really speak on that. I can just tell you that we're just extremely happy that the citizen had the courage and the bravery to call in that tip.
Had you guys searched that area before you got the tip, or did you just go there once you got the tip? Was that somewhere you had searched?
I'm not sure if it was searched before, but we immediately dispatched the team out there as soon as we got the tip.
We're going to take 3 more questions.
Searched as well, known areas, known accomplices, or any of his family members? Were those areas searched specifically as well? I know he's been talking about family. We're obviously hearing that this was a family's home that this person was found. So were other family homes searched as well? Was this one just a random tip? What happened? Were there other families around?
As far as we know, this was just a one-time random tip, but we've contacted multiple houses and families throughout the area.
What does contact mean? Have you gone in? Did you search these homes?
Right,
we have under laundry piles and other families.
We've done knock and talks with multiple homes throughout the area, and we've gotten consent from the homeowners to go in and take a look. So we've done those kind of actions. Yeah.
2 more questions.
Was anyone injured? Were there any?
Sheriff, is anyone else in custody or in questioning tonight?
No, ma'am, nobody else is in custody tonight, and I'm assuming that they are still at the house questioning the people that were at the house where the suspect was arrested.
Sure.
Did you guys find anyone else, any other injuries while this suspect was on the run? Was anyone hurt, in his quest to kind of evade law enforcement?
As far as we know, we do not know anybody else that was injured.
Have formal criminal charges been filed yet?
Did he make any comment to what was his demeanor when he was placed under arrest?
Yes, sir.
Just any formal criminal charges filed? Do you know what those are yet?
Murder.
5 counts of murder?
5 counts of murder. $5 million bond.
Not capital murder?
5 million.
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
Not at this time.
There is a video in social media. Is correct person, Francisco Oropesa?
Say it one more time.
There is a video in social media. Is the correct video? The correspondent to Francisco Oropesa?
I haven't had time to visit social media.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to clarify. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you guys very much. Guys, I'm going to clarify some of the spellings and answer some of the roundup questions here. I know that there are questions very quickly about the speakers that just were up here. Again, San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Jimmy Paul, Paul, as well as Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal Joe Ruiz de Chavez, Ruiz space DE space CHAVEZ. Now, I know that there are a few questions outstanding. Were there any others that were left out?
How long did it take for them to actually respond? There's been a lot of conjecture about the amount of time for police response, specifically from family members who lost loved ones and said they were calling 911.
You're talking to the initial shooting?
Yes.
So that is still under investigation. That's part of the ongoing. Investigation into this. But the sheriff will be releasing something later, I believe. But at this point in time, that's part of the ongoing investigation.
Are you commenting of the murder weapon?
I'm sorry, say again.
Was the murder weapon in this case recovered? Do you guys have the actual gun that they believe was used?
At this point in time, this is very fresh, right? We just got him into custody. This is ongoing. So a lot of the questions you guys had, they're great questions, but it's ongoing.
And which agency went inside and got him?
Yes, I would actually like to clarify. Someone asked about BORTAC, so I would like to clarify. This obviously was a lot of different agencies helping out. San Jacinto Sheriff's Office were the lead agency. FBI assisted. The 3 agencies that went into that house were the United States Marshals Service, Texas DPS, as well as the United States Border Patrol BORTAC team. Those 3 elite agencies were the ones who brought this fugitive into custody.
Spell BORTAC?
It's a shortening of I believe Border Patrol Tactical Team, but BORTAC, BORTAC. But please check with their website.
Border Patrol, DPS, and Marshals?
Border Patrol, DPS, and Marshals. Yep.
DPS, not Rangers.
Texas DPS. Rangers are a part of DPS. So
Has he already been transferred to San Jacinto?
I'm unsure of that, and that's probably the last question I'm going to take tonight, guys. Again, thank you all so much for coming out. I'll be over here for a while, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Connor. Trying to check the